thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchuk here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. Leaders from around the world are condemning yesterday's terror attack in Jerusalem. But in the Palestinian territories, it looks like many are celebrating. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas's Fatah party is urging Palestinians to honor the attacker as a martyr and is calling for a general strike and public mourning in his memory. Meanwhile, the Hamas terror group based in the Gaza Strip is claiming that the attacker is a Hamas member himself and is praising the killer as heroic and brave for carrying out the shooting. The shooter has been identified as a 39-year-old resident of Silwan in East Jerusalem and was supposed to report to prison yesterday to serve a sentence for incitement. Before being shot down and neutralized, he managed to injure 5 people and kill 2 in a drive-by shooting near Ammunition Hill in Jerusalem. Israel is still in mourning after 2 innocent Israeli civilians were laid to rest following a tragic terror attack in Jerusalem. 60-year-old grandmother Levana Malihi and 29-year-old police officer Yosef Kirma were killed in a drive-by shooting attack yesterday morning after a Palestinian terrorist opened fire in the city. Malihi is a mother of 3 and grandmother of 6 and was a retired Knesset employee, and she was buried just after 8 p.m. last night. Kirma was a member of the elite police reconnaissance unit Yassam, and he was killed while trying to neutralize the gunman. He leaves behind his wife, whom he just married 5 months before the tragic attack. ILTV joins Israel in mourning for the innocent victims and praying for their families. The Israeli government has decided to shun the Arab Party Joint Arab List over the group's decision not to send representatives to the funeral of former Israeli President Shimon Peres. The head of the Joint Arab List claims the decision was a complicated one because the memory of Peres in the Arab public is different from the narrative in recent years. Yet the current governing coalition led by the Likud party is not having it and plans to reject the parliamentary activities of the Arab Party. Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman is calling for a boycott of all joint list appearances and speeches before the Knesset, and the Arab Party claims it's an attempt to harm the political representation of Arab Israeli citizens. There was one reason to celebrate yesterday in the Holy Land. As Israel said goodbye to 2 innocent civilians in the Jerusalem terror attack, the Jewish state also said hello to 63 Ethiopian immigrants, who finally arrived in Israel after waiting for years. The Israeli government announced an end to Ethiopian immigration in August of 2013, angering Ethiopian Israelis who still had family in the African country. After 3 years, activists with the Struggle for Jews in Ethiopia group finally succeeded in bringing their family members to Israel. There are around 9,000 Jews still living in Ethiopia, but they've not been able to immigrate to the Jewish state because of a lack of budget for their absorption. Ethiopian immigrants get additional benefits not afforded to other immigrants, including housing allowances for at least 2 years. That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchuk, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.